After months and months of hyping them up, over the past few weeks, over the past month actually, we've gotten a lot of the Wyatt Sicks in ring rounds. I believe there was a six-man tag team match that they won. Dexter Loomis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan beating the now appropriately named American Made. And last night, Uncle Howdy, I think, was it last night or last week? Uncle Howdy defeating Chad Gable. And overall, over the past 2-3 months, ever since, we started getting vignettes from these men, they've made it interesting. They've made it intriguing. You're glued to the television screen every time they show up, especially if it's a vignette, if it's a package. The fans absolutely enjoy when they go out there. I'm happy that Uncle Howdy is keeping Bray Wyatt's old theme, paying homage to the Eater of Worlds. Everything that they're doing so far has been a hit, in my opinion again. I think that they've treaded carefully, they've treaded correctly in terms of the handling of the stable, in terms of handling their aura and how they pertain. I think they're actually working smartly in the ring. I think in-ring wise, there's a lot to appreciate from what they're doing because they're focusing on actual wrestling matches. They're focusing on actual in-ring storytelling as well. We're not doing any sort of tricks, any angles, any spots, any supernatural spots that are hard to pull off in-ring wise during a match, during a minute of the match, much like they used to do with The Fiend and Bray Wyatt himself in the past, which again was either hit or miss sometimes. Most of the times it was miss. I heavily criticized that in years past, but for right now, everything about the Wyatt Sicks, again, this is just my opinion, has been working. And unless they keep on with this feud, with this rivalry, pushing it all the way into Bad Blood next year, Wyatt Sicks, American Made, it can happen. It can absolutely go down like that. Might as well. Because right now, I don't see any spot for them in the main event scene. I don't see any spot for any of the Wyatt Sicks in the mid-card title scene, even with the Intercontinental Championship #1 contender tournament. I don't see them positioning themselves, or at least creative positioning them in that area. Now, there's always the possibility they might chase after the World Tag Team Championships, which puts them head-to-head against the Judgment Day. I think that would be the appropriate and logical next step. Because again, I don't see Uncle Howdy versus Gunther anytime soon. And no, Randy Orton is not winning the World Championship in Berlin. Sorry, I would love to see it, but Gunther would be hurt so much from that loss. And then we have this whole entire tournament to determine a #1 contender to Braun Breaker and the Intercontinental Championship. So you can't insert Uncle Howdy in that match. But what you can do is utilize the Freebird rule in WWE. You have a very accomplished, very skilled tag team wrestler, former tag team champion in Eric Rowan. And then you've got two of the most goosebump causing men on the active WWE roster in Joe Gacy and in Dexter Loomis. You have the potential to give these guys a run with the tag team gold. What WWE is doing currently with the Bloodline 2.0 on SmackDown with Tangaloa, with Tama Tonga, with Jacob Fatu, they can do the same on Monday Night Raw with the Wyatt Sicks. So if the feud, if the rivalry between the Wyatt Sicks and American Made, Uncle Howdy, and Chad Gable, if that is over, if that is said and done, I believe the next logical step for this group, for this stable, is to go after the World Tag Team Championships. And that leads to a confrontation, that leads to a battle with this brand new version of the Judgment Day. Which again, they're tremendous heels. And the fans, the crowd, currently they love the Wyatt Sicks, everything that they're bringing into it. And it adds on to the current rivalry. It adds on to the stories. The Judgment Day is no doubt far weaker today without Damian Priest and without Rhea Ripley. Maybe if they had those two still in that stable, they would be able to put up a bigger threat to the Wyatt Sicks, but they're not. That adds to the story. And eventually next year, late next year, fall next year, we might get Uncle Howdy, Intercontinental Champion, World Champion. You never know. WWE likes playing the long game. Let's see what happens. But again, that's just my opinion. That's just my prediction. I think that's where WWE is going with this story, with this current Uncle Howdy character. I think that's the next logical step. But what are your thoughts? Are you liking the current direction the Wyatt Sicks is heading? Do you think that they should just throw him into singles competition, see if they can actually pose a threat to Gunther and Braun Breaker anytime soon? Or do you agree more with me that you think they should go after the World Tag Team titles and the Judgment Day? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comment section below. My name is Alexis Carrillo. This has been Wrestling Talk, and I'll see you next time.